Welcome back. The Last of Us Part 1 Collectible Guide. This is the Outskirts, Chapter 2, and this section is called Outside.
Marlene wanted to do it herself. We weren't their first choice.
Here's your first optional conversation that you have with Tess. Right before you're about to head out, make sure that you don't miss this one before you go through the big hole.
Someone will be around.
And also to make sure that you don't miss the artifact that is sitting right there on the little dresser, little side table. Altogether, there's 9 artifacts, 4 Firefly pendants, there's a workbench, 2 Shiv doors, a safe, and 4 optional conversations in this chapter.
Something like that.
And outside only has 3 things to collect, and we've already looked at 2 of them. And this is the final one, the patrol routes map.
Once we get out there, I need you to follow our lead and stay close.
Yeah, of course.
So now that we've
This
headed
way.
to the downtown
Through
section,
downtown, we can hit the Capitol building by sunrise.
We hope.
we have about 8 collectibles here. They're going to be mostly in the office space that we are going to be going through.
Holy moly. I guess this is what these buildings look like up close. They're so damn tall.
Over here.
Remember to look out for the Firefly pendants when they're hanging from trees. Very easy to miss. This is an optional conversation, but I don't think you can avoid it. It's one of those kind of necessary story elements.
Body's pretty fresh.
Is that bad?
Yeah, it might be. Let's not stick around.
But you can miss the next collectible, the artifact number 11, Field Ops Log. 'Cause it's right up the steps, and you don't really have another reason to go up that way.
Another one. Shit.
I'm reading all of these artifacts and showing you all the text. That's half for context, in case you want to make sure that we're on the same page, we're looking at the same collectible. But also, I just feel it's probably not necessary to read through every collectible. Just picking it up will probably give you the credit for picking the collectible up. But I still like to read through them, show the context. Heck, if you're just watching this collectible video just to get some of the backstory, you know, maybe you can read it every collectible once I pick it up and I show it. So a Molotov is there. That gives you the recipe for it. We'll be looking at that in a different video. Here's another artifact. We're kind of in a little train area, subway area, and we're going to be heading over to the museum in a little bit. We opened our first Shiv door there.
Quarantine zone.
Got the Firefly Map,
Remember, guys.
and we're going to be looking at the first safe. So once you come to this area, there's a bunch of clickers. It's kind of your first run-in with a number of clickers. And if you head to the left section, you can get the combination. And then if you head to the right, or from that point, if you just walk straight across, you can come to this section. There will be a runner here. So you want to be ready to take them out so that you can get to the safe that's behind the counter there, right behind us right now. So for all four of the safes, I'm going to show you where the artifact that has the combination is beforehand, and then we'll show you opening the safe with the combination listed there for you. Sometimes the safes have other collectibles, training manuals, artifacts, but for the most part, you want those good old scraps and supplements. I am playing on very light here. Even on very light, I didn't really find enough materials to fully upgrade everything within the first playthrough. So I imagine if you are looking to be fully upgraded, you are going to have to play again.
You got something on your shoe. Gross.
I love that bit. Here's your first workbench.
How do we get out of
By
this?
this point, you should have enough scraps picked up that you can get some work done. For all the workbenches, and there are about 11 or 12 of them, I am going to show you
Leaves.
me
Well, how were you bitten?
just loading it up, just so you can see kind of where I'm at.
Infected in the zone.
Yeah,
But I'm not going to show you
I'd sneak out.
any of the actual upgrading process. But I figure that might be helpful to at least get that. By the way, medical pamphlet and the workbench we just saw are part of the museum chapter, section of the chapter, and now we are officially in the museum. The Firefly Pendant. We got another Shiv Door and 2 optional conversations after the big fight towards the end of this chapter. There are actually 31 Firefly pendants that you will collect during the game. One of them is going to be a Firefly pendant that is in Ellie's bag during the Alone and Forsaken chapter, during the winter section when she's at the Lakeside Resort. And it will be a pendant that will belong to somebody that you'll either already know, or you'll come to know by the time you play through the whole game and the DLC.
Just a bit winded.
So here's our optional conversation,
This way.
number
See the rest of the
7,
roof.
and right next to it is just a quick one we're gonna have with Ellie, checking in with her.
You okay?
Define okay.
Are you still breathing?
Small panic breath count.
I try to keep these usually fairly tight. You will see me
Moving, kid.
running around grabbing resources and stuff every once in a while. It's good to get crafting and to get enough stuff to upgrade the weapons, supplements, make sure I didn't miss anything else, get ammo. But I've tried to cut out a good bit of the extra scrounging and scraping around, getting the goodies.
And you guys.
What do you mean?
I know you guys are getting paid for this. Trying to say things.
Now we're heading into the capital. I think it's called the capital, right? Whatever it is, some section of Boston. Oh, right, this is the Capitol. It's because it's called the Capitol Building. There we go. Artifact 15 and this Firefly Pendant. We got a Smuggler's Note coming up and one other Firefly Pendant. Those two are in this section here.
I'm fine.
fairly close to each other over to the left here where Ellie already is. The game allows you to choose however you want
Hey, look, it still
the
works.
swimming kind of, I wouldn't call them mini games, but you can adjust how swimming works. You can either make it more difficult, where Joel runs out of
You're
air
not gonna leave me here, right?
quicker, or you can just turn off
Stay put.
the air and just he can swim forever and you won't really have to worry about it. Having played this game probably about 6 or 7 times, I decided I don't really need to challenge myself. I want to get through and enjoy the story one more time before I watch it come to life in the Last of Us TV show. A lot of scraps and
Anything down there?
It's a dead
crafting
end.
materials down in that area. So if you do turn off the swimming risk, you can stick around there and collect a lot. There's the Firefly Pendant, the last collectible of this chapter. So I hope that helped. Take care.